Okay, what's up guys? We got Aisha in the chair today. And this one's gonna be an incredible transformation with the least amount of hair being cut. Right now, if you look at Aisha's hair, she actually mentioned it herself. It's actually sitting very heavy. And the reason why is because a lot of these lengths are pretty much so long that they're sitting at the bottom. And what's happening right now is you have all this texture and volume from the bottom, but you don't have enough of it from the top. So it's creating this kind of flat shape and you're seeing a lot more texture at the bottom, where what we want and what she wants, there's a little bit more fluffiness throughout. And that just means a little bit more layers from the top. But something to be, concerned about or something to think about is her hair is actually quite fine. So if we go ahead and layer too much, what we run the risk of actually doing is reducing too much of the weight at the bottom. And she does like the fact that it's a little bit heavier, but she doesn't like the fact that it's sitting quite flat from the top. So this is where we're gonna have to understand, and this is where the most important part of this haircut is gonna be, which is gonna be the choice of length. The choice of length will play the biggest factor on the overall shape of this haircut. And how we're gonna find that is gonna be actually quite easy. So let's get straight to it. Step one, guys, from the ridge of the nose all the way through the back. And what's gonna change is we wanna just separate the fringe with the rest of the hair. Okay, step two, guys. Now we have a guide, and that same process all the way to the bottom. You could separate the sides just to really see how clean your section is. And then we could stand from the front of the face, and it's as easy as just clipping this away. Okay, next step, straight from the apex to now. Okay, so this is another section. We bring everything down with tension. Okay, nice and neat. If it's not clean, don't do it. Beautiful. Okay, just like that. We go back and we wet it because it's getting slightly drier. Okay guys, same thing from the apex to the top of the ear. Again, nice and neatly. Middle finger stays on the hair. And look at this. You could just easily see the lines beautifully. And with clean sections, it's just so much more enjoyable to cut the hair. Okay, and with tension, look at this. Just took us 2 seconds. And we have this beautiful panel now completely sectioned off. See, we don't have to touch it, nice and clean. Now, another section we're gonna take, funny enough, when we looked at the back, we actually had some uneven lengths. So what we're gonna have to work with is the line technique. This is gonna allow me to balance out the line, and maybe we could use that as a guide, but this is where I'm gonna show you guys how that choice of length is really gonna come and play here very soon. So very simply, we're gonna go from the top, okay, all the way to the occipital. We're gonna separate that. Nice and clean. Again, we can use tension. And now we're gonna use our finger to go and just match that all the way to the top of the ear, okay? So we can use even the mastoid as a reference. And look at this. We're just gonna connect this, boom, right into our mastoid. And you see, we're gonna, again, the hair is dry, so the line wasn't as clean. And this is where we go back into it and make sure we have a nice clean line, okay? Again, all the way to the mastoid. Clip away. Now we drag everything to the top. Beautiful. Look at this. And boom, clip. See, what having multiple panels like this, guys, it just allows us to be way more in control over this haircut. Okay, guys, so next step, we're gonna separate from that middle point all the way to the bottom. And like I said, right now the goal is just balance. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna separate it from the right and left side. And we're just gonna check the lengths. So with low tension, and because the neck has a lot more elasticity, if we pull too much, what's gonna end up happening is we're gonna have different lengths. So this is the area of the head that has way more elasticity than the top. And if you feel like you're way too tall, you're gonna have to bend the knees a little bit. But in this case, we could just have a little bit more graduation. Boom, beautiful. So we're gonna bring it down. A little bit of elevation is fine. And there you go. I could already see what the issue is. So we're gonna make a square cutting line, but as we get closer to the corner, look at this, guys. Slight pivot, or, we're gonna get closer to the roundness of the head. Beautiful. Okay, guys, next step, slight elevation, okay? Because like I said, the bottom was sitting a little bit heavier. Okay, there you go. We could see the guide. And then again, look at this. Look at where my body position is as I'm cutting this. There we go. Section 2 into 1. And we're just gonna follow that process all the way to the top. Okay, again, slight elevation, guides in there. there we have it. Again, this is just a cleanup for balance because the last haircut did not have any balance. And we don't want to take too much of the length off because she's trying to also grow it out. That's another thing that I didn't mention, which is right now, we just want to grow out the bottom, but we want to add more layers on top. And this is just preparing for that haircut. So guys, we're on our last section here. And what we're going to do here is slightly a little bit more elevation than before. Okay, look at this. Slightly more elevation. Guidelines in there. Boom. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So the bottom is done, guys. And again, all I have to do is pick this up and see, is this balanced or is it not? Maybe what we could see here, guys, as I bring this down, I still see it slightly heavier on this right side. So what we're gonna do, now it's balanced. All right, cool. Next step, we're gonna remove the lengths from where the crown is. And now what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna work with some layers. Okay, so we're gonna bring everything down. We're gonna take a profile section from the middle and our longest, shortest, this is the choice of length now. We could always go back into it, but naturally now I just have this beautiful lift, which is what I wanted. Cool, next section. And now we gotta check for that guide. All right, you see that, guys? That is my guide right there, beautiful. And cut that round. Okay, and follow that process all the way towards the bottom. Okay, see we're about 2 or 3 more sections left. Cool, guys, so next step, which is gonna be very important, is gonna be the layers through the sides. So the only issue is that, again, quite fine. If I go ahead and layer all this, we're gonna run into the issue of losing the weight at the bottom. So the issue really stands from all within here. Okay, so all this, and we still have the weight. Beautiful. And the last section is gonna be slightly over-directed to the previous. And then we take another section, same process. And here's the thing, we're not really cutting much, but we're making such a big difference in the shape. Okay, look at that. We're only really cutting about 2 inches, but that's only from the layers internally. Look at that. And last section. Cool, so the back is done, the sides are done. And now we just got the last section, which is the front. And this is what's really gonna make it. I just wanna look at all these lengths and how this is already sitting. And what you're gonna notice is naturally we've kept all that beautiful weight and we've just enhanced a lot more texture and fluffiness through the side. And overall, this is looking beautiful. We want about 8 fingers. So what we wanna do is we wanna take it from here, we wanna twist it, and we want to twist it and make this decision again similar to how we did it in the forehead. We want to be about 4 fingers, so 4 fingers would be about here, and we're going to keep twisting it. So 4 fingers would be about right there. Okay, and then from this length, what we want to do is almost like teeth it. Okay, so you can come from here and you just want to just clean it up. And look at that. You see that beautiful volume while still having enough for it to sit on the bangs. Wow. Okay, we're gonna apply a bit of cream. We're gonna use the diffuser, and we really wanna see how this is all gonna come together with the sides and back. But naturally now, guys, we have a bit of that volume while still maintaining all this length. And it's gonna be very fun to also play with. She could wear it quite casually, or she could, have fun with it and just apply a bit of cream and have a lot of this texture come out. So we're almost done here. And the last step is just making sure we have enough moisture in the hair to really showcase a beautiful texture. It's too heavy. It's hurting you. Okay, guys. So final look, we applied a bit of that cream and you could see already it's looking incredible. We have that texture really standing out with that beautiful heaviness through the bottom, but we just, look at this. Look how nice those textures really look now with Aisha's face. So we're just gonna apply a little bit of a diffuser because I still want it to be sealed. I still wanna control some of the dampness. And the last step is really gonna be just applying a little bit more hairspray, and that's really it, okay? So low heat and low speed because the hair is fine. We don't want this to go everywhere. So we're just gonna come from the top and slowly just come in from the back. Very natural. And as you guys can see, this process of blow drying is it's not gonna take that much long. that much time. And the reason why is because this is supposed to sit more naturally. And especially for her, she's not gonna go home and spend 20 minutes blow drying her hair every day. She's gonna wanna wake up, apply a bit of product, and then just get out of the house. This is very much a haircut that's suitable, salon friendly, and just very easy to do.